boy Jimmy. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. Straight from y'all, street to Wall Street. Anybody tells you that money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Whoa, no. Dude wake up, get that girl hyped up just to get a little bit. The only woman in the morning wanna turn on his Becky quick. While the average man's looking at curves like she fine as heck. I'm over here looking at tails and wicks like buy or sell. I left the chaos for the market. Nah, I don't want a street spot, I want a stock pick. I know the style got flair, trigger my stop losses, but I ain't got time for distractions. My Vivo with PFs crossing, rich with hot trades from pushing hot keys, straight to G's and plans to make grand. Still in my tank top, Batman pajamas, house slides in about 5 hot picks of the day, cause I like the way the dial moves. For hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know some folks don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my Mac day? You see we're different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dogs, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, I grow with the market. Waking up with the future, stacking up some commas. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. They used to watch me move dance, roll stop. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and the coffee. Now I run down ETF and make profit. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit. While watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. See me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. He said today I'm taking the risk, they got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call it a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pulls the trigger and shuts it down. If she stays on my watch list, I might have to keep her, but I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Go ahead, be bold. Trader, get your squad head. I'll double top that guy, head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over, cause I see big moves in contracts. If I say I made 1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get calls, get split, get delisted and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, eat my bacon and eggs, light up watching them candles, while I'm still in my sandals. They used to watch me move them packs, bro, stop it. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq, profits. Used to run from the ATF and the cops. Now I run down ETFs. Hey, my plug that we don't trade. Right on what we do, man. Hey, brother, hey, Suge, Mike. What we doing, dog?
Make profit.
That TTG money gang. We making profit. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. I really do hope that you all had a wonderful, amazing, fantastic weekend, but are ready to get down to business, because you guys better listen. I've been telling you for the last couple of weeks, they've been coming on my live streams. I've been telling you guys to just, buckle up, put the helmets on, put the mouthpieces in, and get ready for just some immense volatility. And that volatility means some amazing trading opportunities for us. And the markets have been selling off here in the month of March. We're finishing up the month of March, which is, a month where the Nasdaq has entered correction. The S&P is just a hop, skip, and jump away from correction as well. We're coming up to a massive level of support. There is news headlines galore. You got a job report coming out here this week. Everybody's got the ears and eyes on what is happening in the Middle East, what is happening with the price of oil. As we start this live stream, we've got another futures open. Stocks are down. Oil is up. We were down 2% on Friday. We're down another almost, not quite, we're almost down around 1% when we opened up here this evening. And this is one of those moments in time where you really have to, like, I know I came on here and I was kind of like, oh, Ayo, what's up? We kind of do the normal type of introduction, but this is gut check time. I'm being dead serious with you guys. This isn't a game. This is gut check time. these are the moments, okay? You are entering the time period. You are entering the moment that you have wished and hoped and asked for a redo multiple times in the past. If you asked for a redo during COVID, if you asked for a redo during 2022, okay, all of the people that feel that they constantly get things wrong, right? They constantly miss really good buying opportunities when the market's bottom, and they buy at the very market top, and they completely do the opposite of what you're supposed to do. All of those people that feel like they've messed up the last several years as the markets have moved higher, the people that feel like they haven't made enough money in the market during this period of time, this is gut check time. I'm being dead serious with you guys. This is gut check time. And I'm not telling you, listen, I'm not telling you the markets have bottomed. I'm not telling you that I'm buying anything tomorrow either. But what I am telling you is that the volatility in the market that we have seen gave us a massive month of March. Okay. The month of March was a huge month for members of True Trading Group. Okay. I think we had like almost 15 triple digit gains in the month of March. For those that trade futures, we've had also a handful of futures trades that were over 100-point trades from initial entry to final take profit, all during the month of March. And the volatility that you saw in the month of March is not going away in the month of April. The month of April is going to be very, very similar volatility-wise to what you just saw in the month of March. And I'm curious to see the people that are on it. And I'm not even that you don't have to like answer this. You don't have to answer it specifically, but just really think to yourself, or maybe, you know what, screw it. Answer in the chat. Can you relate to what I just said to you? I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to exaggerate. I'm being 100% genuine with you that those of you that have asked for redos time and time again, this is gut check time. And I want to know, can you relate to that? Like the people that I just said, like if you screwed up COVID, if you the bear market and the stock market crashed during COVID, if you screwed up 2022, right? Did you buy the market at the top in 2021 and then you sell it at the bottom in 2022 instead of shorting the market in 2022 and making a ton of money to the downside? And then when the dust finally settles and it looks like the bottom is in, then you actually go ahead and you start to buy the stocks in 2022. Did you do that, or did you buy in 2021, panic and sell in 2022, and then wait until 2025 to then buy back into the market, then completely shit your pants when the markets crashed in 2025, sold again, watch the markets rally in 2025, bought the market at the top in 2025, and now you're watching the market crash again? Are there people on here that can relate to that? And it's okay if you can relate to that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be necessarily ashamed of. But what you should do is do everything in your freaking power to make sure that it doesn't happen again. That's what you need to do. Anyone that feels like you screwed up the last several years, you need to make a promise and a commitment to yourself here tonight in this live stream. And that's my challenge to each and every single one of you. My challenge to you is to make a promise to yourself to not do it again. I have very specific thoughts on what I think this market is going to do. And I have been very vocal with members of True Trading Group. They get the analysis each and every single day from a longer term portfolio perspective, but also from an intraday day trading and swing trading perspective, because at True Trading Group, we day trade, we swing trade, we cover long-term portfolio investing. We literally do all of it. Okay. If you only want feel-good environments where the markets only go up, you guys are doing it wrong. Okay? You're doing it wrong. And I still think the market has more room to go to the downside. All right? I'm not ready to step in and buy anything in my long-term portfolio tomorrow. Okay? I'm not. When I do start aggressively buying in my long-term portfolio, I will be very public about it. I'll be very open about it. I will let everybody know when I'm buying, where I'm buying, what I'm buying. But that is not right now, and it's not tomorrow. What I will actually do tomorrow, I am going to buy a couple of things tomorrow for my son's 1 month old. So I just got my son's custodial brokerage account open Friday. And it was like, I got it open, like, JP Morgan called me, towards the end of the day. I was like, oh yeah, it's open. So I have to transfer the money over. So I am going to buy a couple of little things for him. He's 1 month old, right? But for myself, I'm not aggressively buying anything in my long-term portfolio, but what I will be doing is I'm going to be aggressively trading. I'm going to be aggressively trading. I'm going to be aggressively day trading. I'm going to be aggressively swing trading because I see a lot of really great trade setups for us. I see a lot of really great money-making opportunities for us. But I still believe that prices are going to move further to the downside in the very near term until we get some type of a resolution in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. So this is really where, I think you guys really need to get serious. Last week was a wake-up call for a lot of people. The markets have been going down in the month of March, but they weren't going down aggressively. They weren't going down fast and rapidly and in large chunks. That changed last week. Last week, it finally felt like, like the markets kind of waved the white flag and kind of like gave it up. And you saw like really big moves to the downside where there's momentum, there was direction, there was this acceleration, and that got everybody's attention. It got everybody's attention and it got everybody started to feel scared. And I'm telling you right here, there's nothing to be scared about. Stocks go up, stocks go down. There's nothing to be scared about. I mean, I guess you should be scared if you have no idea what you're doing. If you have no game plan, you have no preparation, you have no tools at your disposal to help guide you through this type of market environment. But if you're a trader that's prepared, has the right tools, has a game plan, and knows what to do, this is a godsend. It really, truly is. I'll take another post-COVID recovery. You don't need it. You don't need another post-COVID recovery. That's just kind of the point that I'm trying to make. Like, yeah, when this dust settles, there's going to be a phenomenal money-making opportunity for us in the long-term portfolio, or there should be a phenomenal buying opportunity for us in the long-term portfolio once this dust settles. Okay. The AI, revolution is not going anywhere because there's a war in the Middle East, right? You're still going to have this maturity and this evolution of this AI technology that is going to be, game changing and revolutionary for the next 10 years. That technology is still here. That technology is going to still be progressing. But a lot of the stocks that are at the forefront of that movement were so incredibly expensive coming into 2026. Like I trimmed some of my positions. Like I trimmed out of like a Palantir. I trimmed out of an AppLovin. Like these are some of the stocks that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to be taking profits on some of these names. Starting the year, I trimmed out of the Mag 7. Right? I trimmed out of a lot of those names as we started this year. I put out this whole big report for all of our members into a trading group telling them that I believe the Mag 7 are going to have a tough year this year. And we're going to start to trim back out of some of those Mag 7 names. They were too damn expensive. Now these stocks are getting crushed. Okay. These stocks are getting absolutely crushed. You take a look at Meta, you take a look at Microsoft. These stocks are getting hammered. And 6 months ago, you would have fallen like head over feet. You would have did somersaults if you had a chance to buy a Microsoft 30% off of its high, 40% off of its high. You would have begged, kicked, and screamed for that opportunity. Well, guess what, folks? That opportunity is coming. It's coming right here, right now, in front of your face. Okay, you saw Microsoft. Microsoft went from $540. It's now $350, and I still think it goes lower. But this is the point that I'm trying to make. These companies are still out there. These companies are still doing what they're doing, but you're getting a re-rating. You're getting a re-rating of these names. And when the dust settles, you are going to be able to buy the stocks that you have been praying you had an opportunity to buy again. You're going to finally be able to buy them at what are realistic prices, not the inflated prices that you saw last year, but you're going to be able to buy them at realistic prices. I'm not telling you the time is now. I don't believe the time is now to go into your long-term portfolio and buy everything tomorrow, but the time to get your ass in the market, get involved, buy put options, go short. That time was yesterday. Do not wait for what you think is the bottom for you to start to get your ass off the couch and get your butt into the market to start taking advantage of this opportunity. You need to be shorting the markets while the markets go down, make money, and then take that money and roll it back into your long-term portfolio once we reach levels that we feel like, okay, maybe we're starting to put in a little bit of a bottom. For those of you that are maybe afraid when you see the markets go down as much as they have, what do you think is going to happen? You think the market's going to go to zero? Do you think the S&P is going to go down 85%? I mean, technically, sure. I guess it could. I guess the world could end and the stock market can go to zero. Sure, I guess it's possible. If that's the case, we have much bigger problems on our hand. But technically, I guess I can have a 1990s Carmen Electra time travel come back to my house and tell me that she loves me. But that's probably not going to happen. But you never know, right? You never know. I mean, anything is possible. You never know. Maybe someone in the future time travels back in time to tell us something. I don't know. It's possible. It's gut check time. It's gut check time. And the real message that I want to get across to you guys tonight on this live stream is really like, it's time to really put up or shut up. You either have to get serious and get with it, or just keep reading Twitter posts and not get serious about this and screw it up again. You screwed it up in 25, you screwed it up in 22, you screwed it up in 2020. And if you're not going to do something different this time around, because you're about to get another opportunity like you had in 2025, like you had in 2022, and like you had in 2020. Those were three bear markets. Those were three pretty large bear markets. Okay, the crash of 25, the crash of 22, and the crash of 2020. And they all ended up being phenomenal money-making opportunities on the way down, and then even better long-term buying opportunities for the way back up. It's happening right before your eyes. And if you don't do something different about it this time around, shame on you. That's what I mean by it's gut check time. Why do you trade? Seriously. Like, and maybe answer in chat. Answer in chat. I'm serious. This isn't like a rhetorical question. I want to know, why are you guys in the market? Like, what's your motivation? Like, what's the reason? What's your goal? What are you doing in the market? Like, why are you on this live stream? Right? Like, why are you in the market? Why are you trading? Why are you investing in a long-term portfolio? Like, why? Seriously, like, just response. Type your why in chat. Why is it you do what you do? I want to know why you do this and what it's worth to you. That's right. Old Tommy goes, TGD members shorted each time and then use those profits to buy in the long-term portfolio. It's exactly right. It's exactly what we did each and every single time. Income to make money, a new life, support my parents and our family, generate capital to provide, start businesses, own a home, make money easier than a job. I like the long-term success, to live. Hey, doctor, what's up, brother? I'm in the market to live a life of freedom for myself, my family, and my loved ones. I love that. The street whiz. I love that. Why, brother? Extra income, set my son up so he has a better life than I did. Nick, I love that, man. Retire early. I love that. Time. That's what we really all seek, is really time. Generational wealth. Control my own time. Krog, I like that. Time is the most expensive commodity that we can never get enough of. And I really specifically want to know this answer from members that are not True Trading Group members, from people that are on here that are not members of TTG. I would really love to hear from you guys more than anybody right now, like on what your why is. So if you guys are not, how many people on here are not members? Do me a favor, type the letters TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. If you're not a member, can you guys type TTG for me real quick? I just want to see how many people we have in here that are not part of the family here. True Trading Group is a global community. We have almost 11,000 members from 114 different countries. So we are a very diverse group. Let me see how many people we have here that are not members. We got Spider-Man, Zank, Mara, Dennis, Linda, Sir Mac. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Here weekly, not a member. Nice. Spider-Man, we got to change that, man. You're here weekly. We got to change that. Kana Ken, how are you? Beautiful. Listen, a lot of you that are not members, I appreciate you guys commenting there. Listen, let me help you guys out a little bit here. John, what's up? You guys gave a bunch of answers, right? Like generational wealth, income, retire early, all the things. Let me just help you. You all want the same thing. All of you want the same thing. And I'll prove that to you. Type the number 1 if you want the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, at any time. Type the number 1 if that is what you want. Because at the end of the day, having complete control of our own time and spending our time in the manner that we choose to do so, not that we have to do so, and spending our time with the people that we choose to spend it with, doing the things that we choose to do, having to answer to no one other than ourselves and our own desires and our own wishes. That is, at the end of the day, with all the little details that adjust from person to person, but at the end of the day, that's why people participate in the stock market. That's why we're all here tonight. That's why you're on this live stream. The details are the details. But when push comes to shove, that's what this is all about. And if you've ever needed a more important reason to get serious about accomplishing the goals that you've set out for yourself and the why that you're here, if this is not it, if this moment doesn't get you moving, then you never will. And you have to start to be honest with yourself about that. That's why even though you blew up an account in the past, or you blew up several accounts, or you messed up before, and you sold at the bottom of Liberation Day with the tariffs, or you sold during 2022, or you sold during COVID at the bottom, you chased the market higher at the top in 21, you chased the market at the top in 2025, right? If you made those mistakes, you messed up, you felt the pain, you felt the shame. And even through all of that, even through all those bumps and bruises, scrapes, cuts, and broken bones, you're still here. And I don't mean here on this live stream. I mean, you're still here in the stock market and you're still interested. So props to you, because you took all the naysayers, you took all the punches in the gut, you took all the punches in the face, and you got knocked down and you still got your ass back up. And the reason why you got your ass back up is because your why matters more to you than anything else. And you are determined to make your why become a reality. And I am sitting here telling you today, and members of True Trading Group would tell you the exact same thing, is that your why is not as far from reality as you might think that it is right here tonight on March 29th at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason why it's not as far away from reality as you might think is because members of True Trading Group are making money. Members of True Trading Group are accomplishing their goals. Members of True Trading Group are quitting their jobs and trading full time. Members of True Trading Group are retiring years ahead of schedule. And you shouldn't just believe me because I say it, okay? I should, just because I say these things. Listen to members themselves. Members real quick. Members that are on this live stream. If you are a member of True Trading Group, I want you to type the number 1 if you're making money. If you're making money, if you are realizing your goals, you are accomplishing the reason that you have set out to be in the markets, and you guys are making money, you're becoming better traders because of this platform, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. And for the rest of you that are not members, I want you to pay very close attention to how many people you see type the number 1 in the chat. Because all of these people are members of True Trading Group. They are real people just like you. They're not luckier than you, and they sure as hell do not have more time than you do. 82% of our members have a full-time job. If they can do this, then so can you. There is absolutely no reason why you cannot do this. True Trading Group is a trading education tools and community company that serves retail traders and investors all over the world. We have 11,000 members in 114 different countries. True Trading Group is a fintech platform, guys. We received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. I'm not talking about a chatbot. I'm not talking about some AI add-on. It's not a research wrapper. True Trading Group's fintech platform is an entire trading operating system. Research that adapts with you with a 31 key adaptive memory system that has full context of who you are and your progress, your strengths and weaknesses, a chart intelligence with institutional grade charting engine with a data native AI layer layered right on top of it. You know what? I have an idea. I have a script, right? I have a script. I have a script that I blow through on these live streams every Sunday. How about I have a script that I talk about I go over everything that we offer here at True Trading Group, and I make sure you guys understand fully the tools and resources that are available to the members. Here's the truth. What we offer is the ability for anyone, no matter the money that you have, the experience that you have, or the time that you have or don't have. Okay. The reality is what we offer is the ability to be given a real chance at becoming successful. Have you ever felt like you've had a real fair crack at this? Did you ever feel like you really had a fair fighting shot, that you were armed with all of the same tools and information and analytics and data as the professionals? Did you ever feel like you had a real fair shot? Exactly what this person just said. The madman just said, I'm here watching you, trying to learn from you because the world is designed to destroy me, and I'm doing whatever I can to fight back. Wow. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. What this person just said right there. Right there. That sums it up. Blessed hot mess, because I can't wait for this week. My last 2 weeks, I've done better than I ever have. Love it. Listen, I can't guarantee you, and I shoot you straight every time I come on these live streams. I can't guarantee you that you're going to join your trading group and you're just going to become a millionaire. I can't guarantee you that. I can't guarantee you that, and I won't. But I can guarantee you a real chance. I can guarantee you the best chance that you have ever had at becoming successful at this. That's what I could guarantee you. And that's more than anyone has ever given you. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. You have 11,000 members with a less than 2.5% refund rate. We have partnerships with Benzinga, OpenAI, DataBento, TradingView, Unusual Whales, the Nasdaq. Partnerships with all of those companies to have created and built out the platform that we have. All of our AI tools. We have our AI charting system. That's live. We have our institutional data flow. We've got our AI trading coach and our active trader mode. We have our holy grail trade idea system that generates trade entries and exits for you with percentage conviction that has a win rate right now of 70.6% that we've been tracking since we released the tool in December. About 500,000 trade ideas have been generated from this algorithm, and it has a success rate right now of 70.6%. All of these things coupled with, the mentorship and the guidance that our members receive, is only me and my family knows how TGD turned my life around. Thank you, TGD. It's become family for me. Arthur, I love you, brother. I love you, man. And once again, I'll ask one more time, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to ask one more time. Members of True Trading Group, if you guys are making money with this platform and being a member of this community, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. It's a very straightforward question. You're making money, you're becoming better traders, fantastic. Type the number 1. And for those of you that are not yet members, just pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1. This is what this is about. This is what it's about. True Trading Group, listen, True Trading Group is, it's not a charity. It's not a charity. True Trading Group's a business. You pay this company. In exchange, you are given a real chance at becoming successful. Many of us started with just a couple $100. We are not a bunch of rich people trading. We are regular people that learn from TTG how to be successful at this. I love that. Mike and the crew will help protect the little guy retail investors from the armed robbers. Facts. Facts. It's exactly what we've done. We've built out a trading operating system that can rival what the professionals have access to. We've given retail traders tools, research, data, analytics that they never had access to before, that helps them make better decisions, that drastically improves the probability of their success and the decisions that they make. We've given retail a real fighting shot, which is why, you have companies like the Nasdaq and OpenAI and Unusual Whales and Benzinga, these companies that have partnerships with True Trading Group because they see what it is that we are doing and they see the effect that it's having on our members. That's facts. I love that. I love that comment. I love that comment. I was never in finance. I didn't know what the SPY was, and here I am scalping it. That's awesome. It's so awesome. I love that. I love that so much. I do. I really do. I love that. I love that so much, man. I love that so much. Listen, here's what we are. Here's what I'm going to do. TTG literally saved my family. We were old and failing health and learned how to make money no matter how bad our health is. I can always trade, even from bed, thanks to TTG education and platform. Old timey, I love you so much. I am so incredibly happy. I am so happy that you found True Trading Group. And I'm so happy that you've been able to have the success that you've had, because I know your story. Obviously, you shared it with myself. You shared it with other members of True Trading Group before. So I just incredible. That's really incredible. I love to see that. Listen, those of you that are not members, okay, if you guys, I'm telling you right now, do yourself a favor, get serious. Go to ttgoffer.com right now. Just go to ttgoffer.com. You guys will see everything on that page that is included with your membership. Okay. Just go to ttgoffer.com and you guys can see everything that you're going to get. Okay. You're going to get a bonus of upgraded AI access when you join. You're going to get the smarter trade planning with our advanced tools, the Holy Grail system. You guys are going to get access to these things when you join True Trading Group. You're going to get Mari, which is our AI. Okay, that's again, Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. You're going to get our professional trading chat room with myself and all the other moderators that share their screen and trade with you live every day. You know exactly what we're buying, what we're selling, when we're in, when we're out, what prices we're in, what prices we're out. We're with you the whole day, sharing our screens, trading with you live. You get all of the real-time market data. You get all of our charting tools, the entire educational library. You get access to the global trading community with 11,000 members. And you guys can start right away. $647 for the entire year, 12 months of full access, guys. and you get the double your money back guarantee. If you're not going to get serious about this, you might as well just turn off the live stream now. Seriously. If you are serious about this and you refuse to let 25 repeat itself, you refuse to let 22 repeat itself, you refuse to let 2020 repeat itself, and you're serious about this, go to ttgoffer.com and I'll give you the double your money back guarantee. It's as simple as that. You guys join your training group, okay? You got to go through and complete our courses. And with the quizzes, you got to log into the platform 50 times throughout the whole year. Okay, it means you have to use the platform. And you have to actually trade with real money. And if you are not able to make back the $647 that you're going to pay to join, you can't make that back at least one time. We're not going to give you back $647. We're going to give you back $1,294. That's double. Now, we give you guys a double your money back guarantee because we put our money where our mouth is. And I'm dead serious when I tell you that we believe that we give you the very best chance of becoming successful that you're ever going to have. And to prove to you how much that we believe the statements that we say, we back those up with our own money, and hence we give you the double your money back guarantee. So you can go to ttgoffer.com right now. The double your money back guarantee is right there in black and white. Just read it. It's right there on the checkout page. And then you can see everything else that you get included with your membership. And if you have any questions at all, or you need help with something, you need clarity on something, you have concerns, whatever it is, you can send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. So go to ttgoffer.com. You can sign up right there on the page, or you can text 1-888-621-2127. What I will tell you is this: do not waste any time, because there were 20 spots this weekend, or today. There are now 12. Okay, so since this page refreshed with 20 spots available, 8 other people have already joined. So there are 12 spots remaining at the $647 price point. After 12 more people join, the price will go to $747. You can get it now for $647, but it's only for the next 12 people. After 12 people join, the page will refresh and then it'll say $747. Okay, so you can go to ttgoffer.com right now. First come, first serve. If the price says $647, you're fine, you're good. Okay, if 12 more people join, how do you know you're one of the 12? If it says $647, you're good. If it says $747, then it's already, already flipped over. Okay. So again, that's ttgoffer.com. Text us 1-888-621-2127. David says, I've made the membership feedback countless times over. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right. So there you have it, guys. Okay. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. It's time to get serious about this, guys. Can you talk more about the AI trading assistant? Yeah, I mean, I can give you just a little. I can give you a little breakdown. Okay, so we have this. We have an active trader mode. It's a real-time AI voice coaching during live trades. So you can do like push to talk. So you can just talk to it and it'll talk back to you. And there's like, it kind of gives you a plan compliance score. It tracks your execution. It grades the trade for you after the trade has been completed. So like you get AI coaching like live in your trade. So if you need help with like following a plan or keeping your emotions under control, not overreacting to a specific candle, or you need, something, a piece of news came out and you want some guidance on like, well, what should I do now? Should I hold? Should I stay in this trade? Should I maybe get out now? Should I take my profit? Should I move my stop loss? What should I do? You're going to get that live coaching inside of active trader mode inside of TTG. And then we also have live trading feature that is just launching with True Trading Group, where you can actually dish off, like, let's say if you got into a trade, let's say you bought some SPY put options, right? But then you had to go to work, or you had to walk into a meeting, or you had to get on a Zoom call, or you had to go pick your kid up from school, whatever it is, you could dish it off to our AI like autopilot, like a pilot like turns on autopilot on a plane. You can dish it off to the AI system, and the AI system can completely manage the trade for you. And it can completely manage the trade. It can stop out for you. It can take profits for you. It can, move your stop loss up or take, it can do things. It can manage the trade for you completely while you're away. And then you can come back and then you can take back control and then you can manage the trade yourself if you want to. These are all little things that we have here with True Trading Group that make this fintech platform just a revolutionary piece of tech for retail traders, which is the reason why so many of our members have success. They finally have access to technology that professionals have access to. So no wonder their results are all improving. The members of True Trading Group as a whole, we survey our members. We do a lot of polling. We are real big sticklers on data and analytics for our member base to make sure that our members are always having success. Because at the end of the day, True Trading Group, like I said to you before, is a business. Our business will do well only if our members do well. If our members don't make money, then True Trading Group's not going to make money, right? True Trading Group's not going to do well as a business, but our members do very well, which is the reason why we have a retention rate, meaning like members join True Trading Group and they stay. That's well into the mid 70s. I told you before, our refund rate is less than 2.5%. Watch here, guys, real quick, and then I'm going to move on. Members, can you type how many years you've been a member of True Trading Group? Members, can you type how many years you've been a member? I think this is also like a really good kind of gauge. Like if you're someone, you're like, oh, should I join? You should pay attention to what the members say. Don't even listen to what I say. Because what am I going to tell you? Am I going to tell you TTG sucks? Am I going to tell you everyone's losing money? Of course I'm not going to say that. Right? Listen to member. Look at these. Look at this. Look at how many years members have been here. 6 years, 6 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. I'm never looking back. 3.5, 4, 4, 5, 3, 2.5, 2, 1, 5 years, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Look at these. Why do you think these people are here for 6 years? And here's the kicker. They didn't just pay once and done. We have things that cost extra money at True Trading Group. We have premium products and add-ons too. These are people that spend money with True Trading Group yearly, year after year after year. Why? Because they make money year after year after year. Would you spend $1,000 every year if it meant you made 25 grand that year? Of course you would. Of course. You'd be crazy not to. We all talk about investing and everything else. Well, a True Trading Group membership is one of the best investments TGG members have ever made. And that's a fact. It's our whole business model. Whole business model centers around our members being successful. So again, ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included with your membership. You have any questions at all, just go ahead and text us 1-888-621-2127. Okay? Simple. Bada bing, bada boom. With that being said, I'm going to take a sip of water. And let's talk about it. Let's just make sure. Let's see. Just making sure I'm just going through the news headlines. We had a little flurry of news headlines since I've been live here about the war in Iran. We had a quick pop higher about some comments about negotiations between the U.S. and Iran, and then more comments about another attack on the defense ministry, and then you get a nice little pullback back down into those lows. So let's talk about the markets a little bit here. We are down 0.6% on futures. Oil is moving to the upside. Stocks are moving back to the downside. And like I said to you guys before, I still think the markets have more downside to it. The level that I'm looking for us to finally put our foot in the ground and really give us a real nice bounce, this is the point where I will be flipping and going long. We have been short biased in True Trading Group really since February. But we got very heavily short biased in the month of March, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. Maybe a lot of people on this live stream probably didn't make money to the downside. Maybe you guys just got smoked along, and I'm sorry if that is the case. But the month of March was a phenomenal month for us in TTG. We're kind of sad to see the month go because it was a really big month for us. A lot of really phenomenal trades called out on the platform, whether it was through the trading system or it was through the moderators that you have. That's the thing. When you guys are members, you can choose. You want to follow the moderators, you want to follow the trade system that we have at your trading group, like the tools that we have, and have that generate trade plans for you, or you can do a combination of both. Whatever it is, whatever kind of toot your horn. But we had some phenomenal trades, both generated on the trading system, also from the moderator alerts, and it was just a really, really, really big week. And we were very heavily short biased for the whole month. And I continue to be short biased. Okay, I still think the markets have more downside, but where I will flip, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys all this right here, right now. Where I will flip and I will look for longs, okay, and I will position myself long, and I will position myself long for a swing trade. It won't just be one day, because when the bounce comes, it probably comes for at least 3 days. At least. You have a CTAs, commodity trading advisors. These are going to be, think of like a quantitative hedge fund, or CTAs are like algorithmic based trend following strategies that implement futures. They trade Forex, they trade options, they trade equities, and just think hedge funds, okay, when I say CTAs. But CTA is confusing because it's commodity trading advisor, but they don't just trade commodities. It's, so that kind of confuses people sometimes when I say that, but it's just a category of asset managers is what a CTA is. It's just a specific category of asset managers, okay, and funds. They started heavily selling in the month of March. If you were on one of my live streams 3 weeks ago, I did a whole live stream and I said to you guys that we are about to break through a support level that, if we do, is going to trigger forced mechanical selling from CTAs. That will be tens of billions of dollars of selling pressure, because the trend will then be broken at that time, and the trend following algorithms will kick in and they will sell, and they'll continue to sell the market down. You also have negative gamma right now on dealers. Dealers are going to be your market makers, right? Citadel and some of the others, those are going to be negative. Those are going to be your market makers. They're negative gamma, which means they're the ones that sell all of the options to everybody that buys call options and put options. And that's creating a lot more volatility. I'm not going to get into the details of negative gamma right now because we have more stuff to talk about. I can go about that another time. All right. I'm not going to waste my time talking about, negative gamma. For those that don't know what that stuff is, it's fine. I will explain it to you guys, but just at another time. It's getting late and I still want to get into, we have a really big week coming up. We got a lot of really great money making opportunities. Okay. So the CTAs right now are short negative $50 billion. Okay. They're $50 billion net short right now from the month of March. Okay. Now, when you finally get an up tape, and Goldman Sachs put out a note about this, their trade desk, their prime book put a note out this because they handle a lot of the trade executions for a lot of these CTAs. Okay. They're projecting that in an event, and they've sold about $86 billion in the month of March, these CTAs. They are projecting that in an up tape, not in a down tape, the market has to start moving higher first, that they would be triggered to buy around $96 billion worth of equities, which puts them in the 99th percentile for buy algorithms. So when you finally do get that bounce, it's most likely going to give you a bounce for multiple days. Okay, because the way that these algorithms are triggered, they're trend following. So in an up tape, it will trigger them to start buying. They're already short 50 billion. They're going to have to cover that position. It'll continue to buy long to catch the bounce. And then that's going to give you multiple days of upside. But I'm not looking for that trade until we get to the level you see on my screen. This area right here. You can't think about it until you get into the 620s. Once we get into the 620s, I am looking for that move to take place. The 620s down to 610 is a huge support zone. It is literally the support you see here from July and August, but it's also the previous all-time high from 2025. I am waiting for the market to flush itself out. I was actually kind of hoping that we would see a huge gap down today. I was hoping that there was like, just rip the Band-Aid off. Like if there's going to be a massive escalation in the Middle East, get it out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off, let the market gap down 3.5% today. And then tomorrow we would come into the markets extremely oversold. I would look for that support level to hold. We would cover out of short positions that were open and existing, get long and look for the snapback rubber band move and stay long, probably at least until Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday, and catch what will be a vicious move back to the upside. Then I would probably flip out of that move after a week or so, and I would then start to look to position back in short, look for that bounce to run out of steam, and look for the market to then turn back over to the downside. So that's the way that I'm going to be trading for the month of April. I'm looking for more downside here in the next week, get into that support level, finally get to a point where we're oversold, get the S&P into full-blown correction territory, get a little bit of a technical bounce, get that up tape showing, force the buying pressure from the CTAs. You got the negative dealer gamma that's going to come in and kick on that too. And that should give us a really nice recovery off of the support level that you see on my screen right now. My number one focus for this entire week will be the S&P. We'll be trading futures. We'll be trading 0 DTE SPY options. We'll be trading 2 and 3 DTE options, depending on how you guys want to play it. If you want swing trades, we're going to trade the weekly SPY. You want to trade swing trades, we're going to trade the futures. If you have the margin to carry it overnight, fantastic. If not, you want the day trade on the 0 DTE, give yourself maximum leverage, 100, 200% gains all day, every day with the volatility that we're going to have here coming into the month of April. It's coming. It's not even coming. It's here. It's already here. This is already happening. It's just going to continue to happen in the month of April. So mark these lines out on your screen and just know that I am looking to go long when we get into that area that you see drawn on my screen. And then when that happens, when we get down into this zone, okay, I'm going to stay short-minded until we get down into here. And then once we get down into this zone, I'm going to look for a nice pop. Something that looks like this, a nice pop, something that looks just like that. We'll be long in the 620s and we'll take profit all the way back into 645. We're looking for a 200-point move on futures. We're looking for a 20-point move on the SPY. Take your pick. But I'm going to come on here maybe next week. Maybe next week I come on here and we get to look back at this live stream and we get to say, well, perfect. That's exactly how it played out. And that's exactly how we took advantage of it. And it was a really great week for us. If it doesn't happen this week, that's fine. We're going to stay short-minded until we get into that zone. And then once we get into that zone, maybe it's the week after. I will be long. I want to make sure you guys all know that. Okay. But I'm not looking long until we get down into that zone. Otherwise, I'm looking to short bounces. Where I will be looking short now, if you are looking at the SPY, I will be looking to short the SPY back into 633. I will say that again. 633 is where we will start to look to be short. It's going to be a $2 wide zone, 633 to 635. Okay. I really probably wouldn't get short at 633, but 635 is really where I want to start to get short. 633 is really more like where that level begins, but I'm probably not going to take the short there. I'm going to let that bounce maybe a little bit further. 635 is where we'll look to get short. Stop losses, it should not get back above 638. Okay, so if you guys are looking at the SPY, see this level, this previous flat bottom that we had on Friday, we should not get back above that level. So come tomorrow or come some point this week, any bounce into this zone, take it back into the mid 630s. I'll be getting short on bounces into this area with a stop loss against this like 638.5 and looking for us to just continue back to the downside. If you blast through 638 and change, that's fine. Then I'll probably get stopped out on that short. And the next place I'll go short will be here in the mid 640s with a stop loss at 645. Okay. 645, you have low of the day and the close of the day on the 26th and also low of the day there on the 20th. All right. So two places I try short. One will be right here, 635, 636. Stop loss, 638.50. If I get stopped out of that trade, no biggie. Let it push, take the loss, push up into the 640s, take the short again, stop loss 645, and then that time you pop up and then boom, drop it right back down. We'll make 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times as much as we'll lose on that first stop out if it actually does happen. All right, but those are the 2 areas that I'm going to be looking for shorts on the bounce back here starting this week. Okay, and that is the SPY. Now, the other thing that I want to go over with you, here's a couple of other stocks that have some pretty nice levels that have been broken that we can look at for shorts. One of them is going to be Reddit. Okay, Reddit just broke underneath what was a nice support level here around 126, 127. So any bounce here on Reddit into 126, we're going to look for the short. The stop will also be up there, probably around 129, and we'll see if we can roll this over, okay, and just look for Reddit to continue lower and look for Reddit to just get down, maybe Reddit get down into like the teens, like 110, 112, 113, and just look for Reddit to give us a little bit more downside here. So any bounce back on Reddit, this line you see on my screen, call it the high 120s. Look for that to be resistance. We'll go short. Look for the downside move. Okay? All right. Now, what I want to do with you now, because my focus is going to be the SPY, right? But Reddit, there's an individual stock you guys can take a look at if you don't want to trade the SPY. Next thing, I'm going to give you a couple of ticker symbols that you can look at for when the SPY gets into this support zone. So when we get into this support zone, and I tell you I'm flipping and I'm going to go long, when that happens, there's a couple of stocks I think you should look at. If you don't want to trade the SPY, here's some individual stocks that I think are interesting. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of stocks that have some really big support levels that are coming up. If the SPY gets into the 620s and the stocks I'm about to show you are still above the levels I'm going to break down for you right now, if they're still above those levels when the SPY gets there, I'm going to go long those stocks. If those stocks are beneath those levels when the SPY gets there, I'm not going to go long those stocks. Gabish? Fantastic. Let's go. One of them is Microsoft. Microsoft is coming up on its 2025 low. The 2025 low, the Liberation Day low, sits right there in the mid 340s. Microsoft has already sold off very, very, very hard. And if Microsoft gets a little bit lower, you're going to get to some pretty oversold levels here on Microsoft. The RSI is 9. It has a 9 RSI right now. That is incredibly, extremely, and excessively oversold. And it is oversold right into a massive support level. In the event the SPY gets down to the 620s, if Microsoft is still above, call it 345. If it's still above 345, when the SPY gets to that zone, I will go along Microsoft for a bounce back into the 360s. Okay? But if Microsoft is underneath this level, then we forget about it. Okay? Excellent. Next up, Kava. Kava had a brick wall support level at $72. You guys can take a look at my screen here. This is Kava on the daily chart. Okay. You can see support here in May, support here in August, support in March, support in April, support in June. And then you finally broke underneath it with a gap down after earnings in August of 2025. And it became resistance ever since. It was resistance in January and February of 2026. Then you gapped above it. And now it's become support. If Kava is above $70 to $72, if Kava is sitting in this zone right here and the SPY reaches the 620s, I will go long Kava in the low 70s, stop loss probably $69 area, and we're going to look for Kava to take us back to the mid to high 70s. We're going to look for 76, maybe 78 back on the way to the upside if we get down into that zone. All right. Everybody got that? Beautiful. Next up, we have AMD. If AMD is still above 190, if AMD is above 190, we are going to go long AMD. AMD Resistance 190 in July of 2024. Resistance in July and August of 2025. We gapped above it. It's been support ever since. You can see over the last 2 months, we've had very heavy tests of this zone and the 200-day moving average over the course of the last 2 months. If we get to the 620s and AMD is still above this level, we'll be long AMD in the low 190s, stop loss 186. And we're going to look for a bounce that takes us back north of 200. Okay. Again, that's only if we are above that level when the SPY reaches that zone. Guys, I'm giving you very specific and detailed trading plans. I'm telling you now, this is exactly what I'm going to be doing with my own money over the course of the next 2 weeks. Okay. And I also think gold bounces as well. I love the support level GLD has around 400, the mid 390s up to 400. I love the support level on GLD. I think the GLD bounces. All right. We got to welcome Denilson or Denilson. I don't know if that's Denilson or Denilson. I'm not sure, but welcome to the TTG family. I think that means we have 11 of those spots now remaining for the 647 price point. Everybody welcome Denilson or Denilson. I'm not sure. Welcome to the TTG fam. Again, guys, ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. You got the double your money back guarantee to give you peace of mind. And if you have any questions at all, you text us 1-888-621-2127. You guys can get the 647 price point. Remember, it's going to go to 747, but first come, first serve, 647. That's the price for you guys now. ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. Anybody have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So again, it's ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. Text us with questions, folks. 1-888-621-2127. All right. So nobody has any other questions. That's it, folks. That's the game plan. That's the game plan this week. Like I said, I'm just curious about your courses. Oh, Spider-Man. I mean, our courses are amazing. They're a simplified and expanded upon version of the training that I received when I worked at a fund in New York. But True Trading Group is so much more than just courses. We are so much more than just courses. Spider-Man, send us a text message. Seriously. So Spider-Man, because I know you're on this live stream every week. Send us a text message. Let me see if I can, maybe I'll do something special for you, dude. Send a text message, 1-888-621-2127. And, let us know what questions you have about, our courses or about our platform. But I know that you're a very loyal YouTube viewer. So send us a text message. All right. 1-888-621-2127. Who knows, Spider-Man? Maybe I'll have a surprise for you. All right. All right, guys. Beautiful. All right, folks. Guys, that wraps things up. Okay, that wraps things up for me. We should have a wild and crazy week. Everything going on in the Middle East. You also have the jobs data coming out this week. You got the ADP number. You got the job openings. You've got the labor report on Friday. Fibonacci, Spider-Man's your friend? Oh, Spider-Man, if you're friends with Fibonacci, dude, send us a text message. send us a text message, man. We'll listen, a friend of Fibonacci is a friend of mine. Ah, dude, Spider-Man, why didn't you tell me that? Fibonacci, text Adam, actually. So Fibonacci, if that's your friend, send Adam a text message. I know you have Adam's number. Fibonacci, send Adam a text. I'll tell Adam. We'll do something special to get your friend in. Seriously. Yeah, go ahead. Honestly, Fibonacci, text Adam. And then, wait, hold on. And then Fibonacci, Spider-Man, I hope you're still listening. You will owe your friend Fibonacci, you will owe them a steak dinner. That's the deal. We're going to do something special for you, but then you've got to take Fibonacci out for a nice meal. If you don't take Fibonacci out for a nice meal, I'm going to rescind the membership. Okay? All right, so go ahead. Send a text. We'll do something special for you. I didn't realize you were a friend of Fibonacci, longtime member of True Trading Group. All right? Like I said, we're family here. We're family here. I love to see it. All right? All right, folks. I will see you guys in the morning. Oil still going higher. I still think oil goes higher. We're going to look for longs on oil. We're going to look for shorts on the overall market. I don't think that the tradable bottom has been put in yet. So we've been short. We're going to stay short. We're going to keep making money on the way down. And then I gave you a very clear plan when I think it's time to go long, what I'm going to go long when that time comes. Hopefully you guys will be there with me in real time to execute the trades in tandem, right? If not, you're going to be getting these trades days after they already happen, which is going to suck, right? Because we'll be taking profits by then, all right? Don't let this stuff pass you by. If you screwed this up in the past, don't screw it up again. It's time to get real serious about this. It's gut check time. ttgoffer.com. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, folks. Take care.